What does it mean to live a wealthy life? Much of the journey so far has revolved around dollars and cents, but true abundance stretches far beyond the bank account. For some, wealth might paint a picture of unshackled time, days free from the constant hum of financial worry, spent chasing passions or exploring distant horizons. For others, it could mean the power to shape life on their terms, unhindered by the constraints of budgets or the weight of looming expenses. Yet, wealth wears a different face for everyone. This exploration dives into the questions that bubble up when life and money collide, practical dilemmas that demand answers. The hope is to illuminate paths toward a fuller, richer existence, whatever that might look like. The burden of borrowed beginnings, student debt or investment. Stepping into adulthood often comes with a jolt, student loans looming like a persistent shadow. Reports suggest the typical graduate carries around $25,000 in educational debt, layered with another $3,000 or so in credit card balances. That load can feel like anchors tethered to ambition. Education, though, tends to pay off. Those with degrees generally outpace their peers without an earnings over time. Still, the question lingers. Should that debt be chipped away at? Or should spare funds seed investments instead? 3 roads emerge. Meet the monthly minimum on loans and channel the rest into growing wealth. Pour every extra penny into erasing the debt, then pivot to investing once free. Split the difference, half to loans, always covering the minimum, half to sprouting investments. The arithmetic hinges on interest rates. A loan at a gentle 3% might tempt a slow repayment, favoring investments that promise an average 8% return in low-cost funds. But numbers don't always rule the heart. For some, debt is a restless ghost, haunting sleep until banished. Clearing it fast brings peace, even if it sacrifices potential gains. Most loans today hover near market returns, say 6%, making the choice a coin toss. Payoff versus investment might break even, save for 2 game changers: the magic of compounding and tax-sheltered accounts like retirement plans. Money planted early blooms exponentially, and tax advantages sweeten the pot. A balanced split often strikes the chord, steady debt reduction paired with a foothold in the future. The exact mix depends on comfort with risk. Some opt for an even 50-50, while the bold lean heavier into growth. The ties that bind. Money and relationships. Money weaves through the fabric of human connection, often unnoticed until it frays. Picture a friend who skimps on splitting the bill or forgets to repay a small loan. Irritation brews fast. Scale that to a partnership, where accounts merge and bills pile up, and the stakes soar. Money matters can't be ignored. Cutting the cord, parental oversight. Handing finances to parents might seem a cozy safety net, especially when they've guided every step since infancy. But adulthood calls for independence. Relying on mom and dad to steer the money ship stunts growth. Mistakes, losing $50 here, $500 there, forge lessons no advisor can teach. Confidence builds through action, sharpening instincts for bolder moves. Besides, after digesting these pages, the odds favor outsmarting outdated parental strategies stuck in yesteryear's playbook. Leaning on family breeds complacency. Someone else will handle it. Yet, setting up investments takes mere hours of groundwork, then hums along on autopilot. Ownership sparks curiosity. Tracking progress becomes a quiet thrill. Handing over control muddies transparency. Deciphering gains from a parent's portfolio is a maze not worth navigating. Accountability sharpens focus. Wins and losses land squarely on personal shoulders, free from finger-pointing at advisors or hidden fees. Guidance from loved ones or online wisdom is welcome, but the helm must be self-held. Lending a hand. Parents in peril. When the tables turn and parents grapple with debt, the challenge shifts. It's less about spreadsheets and more about reshaping decades of habits. Guilt may weigh heavy on them. Leaning on a child stings. Sidestep pity. Zero in on their cash flow. Map where funds vanish. Craft a plan rooted in smart priorities. Think emergency funds before luxury splurges, and nudge tough calls, like selling a too big home. Small wins, like opening a savings account in their 50s, can spark momentum. Probe gently. How do they view money? What's coming in versus going out? Are fees nibbling at their accounts? Is debt piling up, and why? Are they tapping retirement matches or stashing cash elsewhere? Answers may be spotty, but listen hard. Pinpoint one or two big levers: slashing a credit card balance, automating savings, and push there. Recall the fog of financial novice days. Patience now can yield lasting change. The money talk. Partners in life. Broaching finances with a significant other can feel like tiptoeing across a tightrope. Early chats might graze the surface, but as lives entwine, engagement, cohabitation, shared dreams, the stakes demand depth. It's not about awkward grilling. It's a bridge to unity. Start soft. What's your take on saving versus spending big? If silence follows, pivot. Any thoughts on how I handle cash? Something I could tweak. Opinions will flow. Cracking the door open. Build on it. Later, float another. Should I tackle my loans or stash more away? Then, ease into the big, ask. I've been digging into money stuff. What if we explored ours together? Attitude trumps tactics. Curiosity over critique. The first sit-down sets a tone. Money matters to both, and teamwork can lift it. A follow-up unveils the full picture: accounts, debts, goals, framed as mutual growth, not judgment. Phrases like, "You're sharp with this, I'd love your help," or "We're stronger together, keep it warm," aim for synergy. Two minds outpacing one. The big reveal: sharing everything. The deep dive demands prep. 4 or 5 hours to gather the essentials. Account balances, debt details, monthly costs, income streams, IOUs, and dreams short and long. Kick off with aspirations. Travel next year? A home down the road? Then dissect spending, bearing habits without blame. Ask for feedback first. Where could I improve? Then swap roles. Unearth attitudes. Are earnings outrun? What shaped their money lens? Roots often explain quirks. Forge a plan. Budgets, cards, investments, aligned with this journey's steps. Set a couple of goals: a getaway, a car fund, and automate savings to match. Long-term, sync mindsets. A shared target like a $25,000. Nest egg binds commitment. Uneven earnings, splitting the load. Living together stirs the pot when incomes differ. A 50-50 bill split feels fair, until it isn't. Another tack: scale costs to earnings. If rent's $200 and one earns twice the other, they might cover $800, leaving $400. It's math, not charity. When spending veers reckless, say splurging on gadgets, skip the nag. Point to shared goals on paper. Love the new gear. Are we still on track for our trip? A plan, not a person, takes the heat, nudging alignment without a fight. The wedding paradox: dreams meet dollars. Weddings spark a universal hypocrisy, mocking lavish excess, then splurging anyway. A friend once shrugged off cost, citing an unlimited family budget. No boast, just fact. Yet others cluck at such tales, only to drop fortunes on their own simple day. The average U.S. wedding rings up $30,000, over half a typical household's yearly take. Easy to judge, harder to resist when the spotlight hits. Perfection whispers, "Just this once," and costs creep skyward. Options narrow to 3. Slash frills for modesty, rarely stuck to. Drift blindly and deal later, most common, least wise. Or plan with intent, widely praised, seldom done. Ages 26 and 27 mark the norm for vows. At $30,000, that's $1,000 monthly from 21 to save debt-free. Few grasp this scale, dodging with "parents might chip in," or "mine'll be small." Denial reigns, Yet a napkin sketch could shift the tide. Surprisingly, guest counts sway costs less than fixed fees. Having attendees might trim only 20%. Hunt savings in big-ticket items. A photographer flown from abroad, invites crafted overseas. Slash a $6,000 honeymoon by a third with savvy trades. Miles, deals, perks. Prioritize ruthlessly. A grand venue or a live band? Choices sharpen when ink meets paper. Earning more. The work wealth link. 2 levers lift wealth. Spend less, earn more. Trimming's fine, but boosting income ignites faster. Jobs fuel most cash flow, and a salary bump at a new gig is the swiftest legal windfall. Starting pay sets the tone. $2,000 extra now could multiply tenfold over decades. Negotiation's the key. Mastering the ask new roles offer peak leverage. Prep trumps all. Hours of it. Mindset rules. 90% conviction, 10% moves. Fear of seeming pushy fades when stakes hit home. Firms rarely yank offers post-haggle, having sunk thousands to woo talent. Confidence signals worth. Frame it their way. Employers care about their wins, your pay's secondary. Show how you'll lift their game, tying skills to goals. Let's land on a fair figure for us both. Keeps it smooth. Lever competing. Offers. Another bid flips the script. Suddenly, you're the prize. Hint at rival interest, not specifics, sparking a chase. Arrive armed. Research medians on sites like Glassdoor, tap insiders, and bring a plan, how you'll shine. Few do. It's a $5,000 edge. Stock the toolkit. Reel off wins, past, projects, strengths. Pivot with questions. What makes a star here? Smile. It disarms. Beyond cash. Flex time, bonuses, titles, levers to pull. Let's talk total package, widens the net. Play, nice. It's a dance, not a duel. We're close. How do we make it work? Seals trust. Rehearse. Grill a tough friend, tape it. Awkward? Sure. Worth $10,000? Absolutely. Plan B. If they stonewall, lock in a retry. If I excel in 6 months, can we revisit? Let's write it down. Raises that stick a bump, say 4% for living costs or 10% for merit. Tempts lifestyle creep. Celebrate light, a meal, a treat, then funnel most into savings or debt. Auto transfers lock it in. Mimic Buffett. Wealth grows by holding, not flaunting. Big buys, big wins. Major purchases, cars, homes, dwarf penny pinching. A $2,500 car haggle or $50,000 mortgage shave trumps skipping lattes. The car game. Longevity trumps flash. Keep it 12 years, not 5. Budget first. $600 monthly total might mean $300 for the car itself, landing a $18,000 ride over 5 years. Pick reliable, lovable, resale smart, check fuel, insurance, rates. Fax dealers at year-end, pitting offers against each other. Maintenance logs juice resale. I nabbed a gem $2,500 below invoice. Tea in hand, chaos dodged. The house hustle. Homes dwarf all else. A $100,000 gain sounds sweet, but 10 hours weekly could net it. Why skip the prep? Aim conservative. 20% down, 30-year fixed, 30% of income. Renting often beats buying. Schiller pegs real estate's century-long return, near zero post-inflation. Factor taxes, upkeep, lost stock gains. A $300,000 loan at 6% balloons to $647,000 over 30 years. Renting frees cash to invest. Credit rules rates, boost it. Hunt perks, state aid, Costco deals. Zillow and Redfin sharpen the hunt. Future-proofing. Kids travel, costs blindside. List them, guess high, automate savings. At 24, eyeing a $30,000 wedding and $25,000 car in 4 years. That's $1,145 monthly. Can't swing it? Start at $200. Prioritize, cake or DJ, and barter the rest. A life amplified. Wealth isn't just green. It's freedom, choice, impact. Most miss this, parroting stale money myths. Conscious. Spending, automated, liberates. Mastery's only half the game. Share it. Help a friend dodge debt or chase a dream. Richness ripples outward, starting here.